Do you need the cookie? Your side start with all hey. Yes, okay, all right, we're ready.
Alright. Do you want her to spell your name?
Yes, please, spell your name and the position that you're auditioning for.
Okay. I'm Rachel Jacob, and I'm auditioning for Sarah.
Okay.
Oh, hey! Oh, come on, Miss Reed.
What did I tell you about cell phones in my class?
Yeah, but I need it in case of emergencies.
I highly doubt you liking your own selfies on Instagram is an emergency. Don't worry, you can pick it up after school. In the meantime, let Fatima read along in your textbook with you.
Hey, girl. I like your headscarf. It's cute.
Thank you. Okay then, Samuel, yeah. Please do the honors and lead us in the pledge. In this country, we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, my bad, I forgot.
Come on. Don't be a dick.
Fuck you, Sarah.
Oh, you wish.
Okay. So Sarah, do you have any things that are going on right now? Any productions that you're currently in?
No,
Not right now?
not right now.
Okay.
I do some production assistant work every now and then, but nothing crazy.
Okay. So we're looking to possibly film this in the 1st of January, like the 2nd and 3rd week of January. Would that be something that you would be open to? Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, great. Now, kind of just give me a little idea of some things that you've done before, like 1 or 2 of the other productions that you've done before and what roles you played.
Sure. I just finished working with Murder Made Me Famous, actually yesterday. I just finished working with them. They're super great. They're a really good team. They know exactly what they're doing. But that was interesting. I played receptionist number 3. Wasn't a big role, but it was a lot of fun. And yeah, I got to work with them. And then I did a couple of small background roles. I worked with Allegiant, and their director was pretty fun. It was a big crew, but it was background for that. Most of the roles that I've done are background, so I'm looking to open to some more featured roles.
Okay.
Yeah, featured, more principal roles. So I think it'd be fun.
Okay, great. Well, do you have any questions for us?
I do, but it's about the story, if that's okay.
Well, the person that you probably want to talk to hasn't made it. He's kind of stuck and he's lost, which is the writer. Yeah, so he's the person that would be able to go into a little bit more detail with you. But it's basically about a young girl that has just moved to an area.
Okay.
And she's Muslim, and she decides not to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay.
And basically, it just kind of goes into some of the things that the country is dealing with today, and the murders and different things like that. And she and Miss Reed have this dialogue as to, because Miss Reed after class will ask her, what's going on, why. Maybe you should take off your, so the other kids won't laugh at you. And so she goes into detail, and it's a very serious dialogue between the two. So that's kind of where the short will stop, and it kind of gives the audience, oh my God, so what's going to happen next type of deal.
Oh,
Yeah.
very cool. It sounds like a lot of fun. It sounds pretty sensitive and interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, we are going to literally make decisions this weekend, and I'll be making calls next week. So you should hear something by Wednesday.
Sure.
Okay?
Just let me know.
All right, well, thank you so much for coming in, Rachel.
Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Bye.
And Cordell is our DP for the film.
Cool.
And you are auditioning for Mrs. Reed, okay. So what we'll have you to do is just slate your name in the position that you are, character that you are auditioning for, and then you can go into it and LaShawn will help you. You got it, Mrs.
I just
Reed?
need to know which page she has to learn on. Page 8. Okay, awesome, thank you.
And do you want me to perform to camera or to character?
To character.
Sitting or standing?
How, whatever makes you feel comfortable.
Your first one starts off with the theme.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm ready when you are.
Fatima. Sit, please. May I see the note? Pretty rough first day, huh? Look, I know this is all new and a bit confusing for you, especially considering the circumstances. And I genuinely, and I especially know how it is being different. I mean, look at me, I don't exactly fit in. But I promise you, you'll get the hang of it, okay?
Okay.
And I will definitely have a talk with Samuel and Robert about their little note. It won't happen again.
Thank you.
Now, I meant what I said in class. It's your right not to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, but you have to understand the consequences. There are a lot of people who take strong offense to the conceived slight that comes to this tradition, especially here in Texas.
With all due respect, Ms. Reed, I can think of far more important things to take offense to. I thought if anyone would understand that, it would be you.
And what's that supposed to mean?
I grew up in the mountains, Yemen's western province of Brittney. I was only 13 when my mother and father were murdered in a mosque in Santa's during evening prayer by the suicide bombing.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Well, how could you? I was lucky. I was able to leave with my aunt and uncle.
So that's what this is about. I understand that no matter what.
No, ma'am.
Wait. What? I thought you said that.
I'm sorry. May I be excused? I'm late for my geometry class.
Huh? Oh, yes, of course.
Thank you.
Oh, Fatima,
Ma'am.
I'll have your textbook for you by tomorrow. And it's Tristan Raquel, auditioning for the role of Mrs. Reed. Thank you.
Okay, Tristan, do you have any current projects going on right now?
Yes, I'm in a stage production. It closes on the 18th. I'm also shooting another film, an independent, and that one shoots, we begin filming next weekend.
Okay. And how long will that go, do you know?
We don't have our full filming schedule, but it's supposed to be a short shoot, so presumably about a week.
Okay. And so do you think that you would be available in January? Like we're doing the actual filming on the weekends. So it'll probably be like the second and third weekend of January.
Yes, this film will be closed by
By then?
yeah, by then.
Okay.
They already said that it's definitely going to be done by the beginning of the year, so
Okay.
pre-Christmas is what I presume.
Okay. And so it looks like you've been in several different, do you prefer theater versus film, or you don't have a?
I've done both. There's my background is in both, so I've worked a lot in theater. I guess my base would have been theater, and then from there I've been able to do a lot of film and television.
Okay, great. Do you have any questions for us?
Not at this time.
No? Okay. So we are going to be making our decisions this weekend, and you should hear something by Wednesday. And once, if you're picked for the part, we will of course have a table read prior to, and then we'll hopefully try to get 2 table reads in prior to the actual filming. So once we make our decision, when I make the phone calls, I'll let who we choose know kind of when that's going to be around about when that's going to be.
The table reads or
The
the
table
rehearsals?
reads.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right, well, thank you so much for coming in, I appreciate it.
Thank you all.
Thank you, nice to meet you, have a good evening.
You too.
Just so tall,
Just,
thin.
yes.
Hi, how are you? I am Linda, I am the producer for the film. This is Malcolm, he's the director, LaShawn, and Cordell.
Hey.
So, Heather, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so when you're ready, just slate your name and the character you're auditioning for.
I understand. Go ahead.
It's whatever's gonna make you
Make sure
comfortable.
I'm in the right spot for it.
LaShawn is actually gonna read with you, so
Okay.
however you wanna do it is fine.
Okay, that's about right. You want me to slate to the camera?
Yeah, slate to the camera.
I'm ready.
I'm Heather Elaine, reading for the part of Mrs. Reed. Fatima. Sit, please. May I see the note? Pretty rough first day, huh? Look, I know this is all new and a bit confusing too for you, especially considering the circumstances. And I especially know how it is being different. I mean, look at me. I don't exactly fit in, but I promise you it will get better. Just hang in there, okay?
Okay.
And I will definitely have a talk with Samuel and Robert about their note. It will not happen again.
Thank you.
Now, I meant what I said in class. It's your right not to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, but you have to understand the consequences. There are a lot of people who take strong offense to any conceived slight when it comes to that kind of tradition, especially here in Texas.
With all due respect, Ms. Reed, I can think of far more important things to take offense to. I thought if anyone would understand that, it would be you.
What exactly is that supposed to mean?
I grew up in the mountains, Yemen's western province of Brittney. I was only 13 when my mother and father were murdered in a mosque in Santa during evening prayer by a suicide bombing.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
How could you? I was lucky. I was able to leave with my aunt and uncle.
So that's what this is about. I understand too.
No, ma'am.
Wait, what? I thought you said.
I'm sorry. May I be excused? I'm late for my geometry class.
Yes, okay, of course.
Thank you.
Oh, Fatima,
Ma'am?
I have your textbook ready next time you come to class.
Okay, good. You want to do that one more time? Let's start off. This is your visual book, okay? So
Okay.
let's start off with continuous about to walk out. You write on the board, the last second you stop her.
I stopped her before she
And
leaves.
then when you ask her for the note, like take a second to read it over and then
And go.
and give her a little more. You have children?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like give her a little more empathy, a little more eye contact, like connect with her. Like take a second to draw her into it, okay?
You're gonna start from the top.
Fatima. Sit, please. May I see the note? Pretty rough first day, huh? Look, I know this is all new and a bit confusing for you, especially considering the circumstances. And I especially know how it is being different. I mean, look at me. I don't exactly fit in, but I promise, you'll get the hang of it, okay?
Okay.
And I will definitely have a talk with Samuel and Robert about their roommate. It won't happen again.
Thank you.
Now, I meant when I said in class, it's your right not to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. But you have to understand the consequences. There are a lot of people who take strong offense to any conceived slight, and especially when it comes to that tradition, especially here in Texas.
With all due respect, Ms. Reed, I can think of far more important things to take offense to. I thought if anyone would understand that, it would be you.
What exactly is that supposed to mean?
I grew up in the mountains, Yamane's western province over me. I was only 13 when my mother and father were murdered in Moscow in Sandals during evening prayer by a suicide bomber.
I am so sorry. I didn't know.
How could you? I was lucky. I was able to leave with my mother, with my auntie and uncle.
So, that's what this is about.
No,
I understand.
no, ma'am.
Wait, what? I thought you said that.
This is about Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, and the countless other African American men who had died at the hands of the police. I'm sorry, may I be excused? I'm late for my geometry class.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Oh, Fatima,
Ma'am?
I'll have your textbook for you tomorrow, okay?
How did that feel for you?
I think that the second time was a little bit better.
Yeah. Wow.
I think it helped a little bit more, like you said, the eye contact. And I think sitting down for me helped too, with empathy. I felt like the teacher kind of coming down on you
Right.
sitting up. So I think the sitting down made me feel like I'm coming to your level and I want to talk to you. Yeah. Not that you're in trouble, but let's chat. Yeah. I think that helped.
You have okay. Did you have any questions?
When do you think you're starting filming?
If all works out, it'll be middle of January. It'll be like 4 days.
Okay.
We're looking at a 4-day shoot. Towards the middle of January, depending on how the casting goes today. And we're looking at 2 different locations. So based on locations in the casting today, we're looking at the middle of January. So it's actually shooting. Did you have any questions?
No, because I don't know what you asked, so that's okay.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much
You're
too.
welcome. Have a good
Thank
night.
you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Oh, I'm sorry, the writer and director.
I understand.
This is LaShawn.
How are
And
you?
Cornell is our DP.
Hi.
You just did a film for Calvin Walker, right?
I did.
How did that go?
Really good. I was kind of surprised. Well, not too surprised, but it was just shocking to actually see myself on screen. It was my first premiere. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Had you did anything before that? Any film?
I did I did extra work before. I was an extra for,
Behind, over there on the.
yeah, I think it was called Love Express.
Mhm.
I think so, with, Clear Scope Media, I believe. And, I worked with, Yaki Smith for a, commercial for a film festival. So I was an extra in that too.
I saw you demo, you did the dialogue from the newsroom, which is one of my favorites.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah. You from Texas?
I am born and raised
Here in the Dallas
in
area?
Valley.
Okay. Okay.
You Texans don't know how to drive. I'm just gonna put that out there. I'm just gonna say that just to be upfront with you.
Just to defend us, there are a lot of outsiders who moved here.
Yeah,
They
I
don't
know
know
one of
that.
them.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why I'm
So
saying
I'm
you
not.
Texans.
What she said is the people who moved here to Texas that don't really know how to drive.
That's what it
You
is.
gonna say that to the right director of the film.
I feel comfortable.
I like you. I like you too. I know, right? Well, I'm born and raised here, but I do kind of tend to kind of believe that though, but.
Loyalty is
Especially when
always
it's
right.
raining.
Okay, you
Okay.
looking for Mrs. Reed,
Mrs.
correct?
Reed, yeah.
Okay.
My resume. Okay, so Brittney, what we'll do is we'll have you to just slate your name and what character you're auditioning for to the camera. And then LaShawn is actually going to read with you, so you'll interact with her.
Okay,
Okay?
cool beans.
So whenever you're ready, LaShawn, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
So I'm facing.
Yeah, face the camera
You
first.
can face the camera first, and then you'll interact with LaShawn. So if you want to, probably start off standing slate, and then you can, doing the, if you want to sit doing, the read, then that's fine. Okay. Ready when you are.
I'm Brittney Bluitt, and I'm reading for the role of Miss Reed.
Fatima? Sit please. May I see the note? Pretty rough first day, huh? Look, I know that this is all confusing and a bit new, especially considering the circumstances. And I especially know what it's like to be different. I mean, look at me. I don't exactly fit in, but I promise. You get the hang of it, okay? Okay. And I'll definitely have a word with Samuel and Robert about the little note. It won't happen again.
Thank you.
Now, I meant what I said to you in class. You have every right not to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, but you do have to consider the consequences. I mean, there are a lot of people that take offense to any conceived slight when it comes to that tradition, especially in Texas.
With all due respect, Ms. Reed, I can think far more important things to think of to take offense to. And I thought if anyone would understand that, it would be you.
What exactly is that supposed to mean?
I grew up in the mountains, Yama's western province of Rome. I was only 13 when my mother and father were murdered in my school in Santa during evening prayer by a suicide bombing.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
How could you? I was lucky. I was able to leave with my aunt and uncle.
So that's what this is about. I mean, I understand that.
No, ma'am.
Wait, I mean, but you just said, and you just said that.
I'm sorry. Can I be excused? I'm late for my geometry class.
Sure. Well, Fatima,
Ma'am,
I'll have your textbook tomorrow.
Can we do that one more time? When you start off, when Fatina's, giving that stuff to me, feel like this is your visual, when you deliver that first line, when you say Fatina, when you call them out, deliver that first line from here, and then sit down and start talking to them.
At the end of the beginning.
At the beginning. And I like the pause you gave when you first looked at the note and your reaction to it, it felt like that. That was good. That was just-
Fatima? You sit, please. May I see the note? Pretty rough first day, huh? No. I know this is all new, and it can be a bit confusing, especially considering the circumstances. And I especially know what it's like to be different. I mean, look at me. I don't exactly fit in. But I promise, you'll get the hang of it, okay?
Okay.
Let's stop right here. Walk over to her and get yourself closer.
And I'll especially have a talk with Samuel and Robert about their little notes. It won't take me again. Now, I meant what I said to you in class. You have every right not to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, but you do have to consider the consequences. I mean, there are a lot of people who take offense to any conceived slight when it comes to that tradition, especially in Texas.
with all due respect, Ms. Reed, I can think of far more important things to take offense to. I thought if anyone will understand that, it would be you.
What exactly is that supposed to mean?
I grew up in the mountains. Yalman's Western Province of Rome. I was only 13 when my mother and father passed away in a bombing.
I'm so sorry, I didn't know.
How could you? I was lucky. I was able to leave with my aunt and uncle.
So is that what this is about? Like, I understand that.
No, ma'am.
You just said that your parents.
This is about Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, and countless other African American men and women who have died at the hands of the police. I'm sorry. May I be excused? I'm late for my geometry class.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Fatima,
Yes, ma'am.
I'll have your textbook tomorrow.
How did it feel to you? Then the second time?
The second time, it kind of felt a little bit more real than the first.
Wow.
I don't know. I really felt that what she was saying to me was something that really happened to her. I mean, it's something that's really going on in the world. And I connected with it more than the first time. Maybe nerves was more the first time than the second time.
What were you thinking about when you looked at the note, at the pretend note that wasn't in front of you?
I was thinking about all the times that either I or kids that I knew were teased about their facial features. Of course, us being African American, we have big nose, big lips. We look different to Caucasian people. So just
You can say that, she won't be offended.
Oh, okay. Just being, different, especially me, myself. I've been teased a lot, so I just kind of imagined that it was somebody that was picking on me,
You have more questions, right?
So do you have anything, currently that you're working on, any projects that you're currently working on?
No, not at the moment, but I did get casted in another short film, which doesn't start until, I want to say, maybe mid-January, February. They haven't really given me like a schedule yet, so.
What film?
You say this, when will it start?
I think it starts in mid-January, maybe February. It's called Disgrace by, I can't even, You don't get, okay.
As long as you remember this, but that's another film.
Of course.
Okay.
So, because we're actually looking to film kind of around the same time, and is it gonna be weekend filming that they're doing, do you know, or is it throughout the week?
I want to say most of it might be throughout the week, but I think they do have some weekends scheduled too.
Okay.
And how long does that run for? How many days, do you know?
Do you know how many long film?
I think it's just 2 days. It might just be 2 days, so I'm not sure if they want to do it during the week or weekend.
Okay.
This is a short film, so I don't think it would actually take, like a whole entire week.
Right.
Thank you so much for taking the time to bless us with your presence.
Thank you for allowing me to.
So we will be making a decision, this week. Yeah, and as soon as we are, we'll get back with you guys, and either way, you'll know something, either way, we'll get back to you.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you
All right.
so much. Thank you, Ms. Brittney. Have a good evening, all of you.
You too.
Get my life in order.
How are you doing?
Doing great. Melissa, correct?
Melissa.
Okay. Well, Melissa, I'm Linda. I'm actually the producer on the film. This is the writer and director, Malcolm, LaShawn, and Cordella's our DP. Okay. So it looks like you've done quite a bit of film and television. Now, can you, for the Low Down Dirty Shame, what character did you play? Or
It
was
was
just an extra?
I was an extra. I was a kid, but I remember meeting Keenan Ivory Wayans. I remember watching him on Living Color, and then he was there, and and I was super cool. It was like this scene in like a bank or something like that. But anyway, it was one of my first acting experiences.
And where was that filmed?
LA. I'm from
In
LA.
LA. Okay. What part of LA?
Was it filmed or where am I
No,
from?
where are you from?
Where am I from? I'm from the Valley, so Granada Hills, Northridge, Chatsworth area. I don't know if you know. Are you familiar?
I'm from Moreno Valley, kind of San Bernardino area.
Okay. Oh,
Definitely.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was filmed in Culver City though.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I went to school like right across the street from where it was filmed, so.
Okay. Cool. All right. And you've done some stuff on Beverly Hills 90210.
Yes, I was a kid then too, so I started super young, and then the things that are on the top are most recent.
Okay. How long have you been here in Dallas?
I actually live in Abilene. I drove 3 hours to be here today.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, I know living in Abilene, the closest thing is gonna be in Dallas, so,
Uh-huh.
yeah. So anyway, I've been in Abilene a little over a year. My husband and I moved there. We both met in LA and then moved to Abilene.
Really?
Weird, right?
Yeah. Is he in the military?
No, he looks like it though, but no, he just going to school for kinesiology,
Oh,
and
okay,
Abilene's
gotcha.
an easy place to do that. So.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So what we'll have you to do is to slate to the camera with your name and what you're auditioning for, who you're auditioning for. LaShawn is actually going to do the read with you, so you'll be interacting with her.
Sweet. Okay.
Okay? And just however you feel comfortable.
Okay.
Do you have a cell phone here with you?
Nope, it's out there.
Take
Thank
mine.
you. Oh, thank you. Are we?
Oh, yeah, right here. I'm sorry. Yeah, let me roll. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Melissa Henderson. I'm reading for the role of Sarah. Hey. Oh, come on, Miss Reed.
What did I tell you about cell phones in my class? But I need it in case of emergencies. I highly doubt liking your own selfies on Instagram is an emergency. Don't worry, you can pick it back up after school. In the meantime, please let Fatima sit with you and read along in your textbook.
Hey girl, I like your headscarf, it's cute.
Thank you. Okay then, Samuel, yeah, please do the honors and lead us in the pledge. In this country, we stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, my bad, I forgot.
Stop being a dick.
Fuck you, Sarah.
You wish.
What's the problem? Fatima won't stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay, let's start here from the top. That was good. This time, start off sitting. Give her a minute to like
Go through the phone.
really be into it.
Okay.
And when he says fuck you, Sarah, give him more attitude.
Oh.
Like this is a dude that you really can't stand. You're like the outcast of the class. You're not one of the in crowd. So, but you're cool with that. You're cool with that. So when you talk to him, you really don't like him. So reserved, but so let's start again from the top.
Okay. Hey, come on, Miss Reed.
What did I tell you about cell phones in my class?
But I need it in case of emergencies.
I highly doubt liking your selfies on Instagram is an emergency. Don't worry, you can pick it back up in after class. In the meantime, will you let Fatima read along with you in your textbook?
Hey, girl. I like that headscarf. It's cute.
Thank you. Okay then, Samuel, yeah, please do me the honors in leading us in the pledge. In this country, we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, my bad, I forgot.
Stop being a dick.
Fuck you, Sarah.
You wish.
How did you feel doing it? I mean, with the words. Are you
I'm okay.
You okay?
Yeah. But I welcome any other adjustments if you guys want to see anything else.
Well, how did you feel? I mean, you said that you're okay with the words. I mean, interacting with, with Ronald being an outcast and, you kind of, that girl that's, have to, valley girl.
Mm-hmm.
You think about it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. While I was reading her role, I just saw some similarities between her and I. I actually was a nerd growing up.
Me too. So.
Yeah, so, but I was okay with that. I was like the coolest of my nerd group, so I was cool. But I see her defending Fatima, and that's kind of my, like, I don't know if that's my thing, but yeah, if I see somebody getting mistreated, then I'm usually the one that will go up to them. So I'm excited about this character.
Do it one more time.
Yeah.
When she snatches your ball from you, give her a little more attitude.
Okay.
But it's still like, she cool. You know she cool. But you still pissed because it's your first ball.
Do I know she took it right away?
Yeah.
I do. Okay.
Let's play it like you don't. Because you're
Like I
saying-
don't? Okay.
So let's do it. So
Okay.
let's start that one more time.
Hey! Come on, Miss Reed.
What did I tell you about cell phones in my classroom?
But I need it in case of emergencies.
I highly doubt liking your own selfies on Instagram is an emergency. Don't worry, you can pick it back up after class. In the meantime, do you mind letting Fatima read along with you in the textbook?
Hey, girl. I like your headscarf. It's cute.
Thank you. Okay then, Samuel, yeah, please do the honors and lead us in the pledge. Everybody stand. In this country, we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, my bad, I forgot.
Stop being a dick.
Fuck you, Sarah.
You wish.
That was even better right there. Yeah.
So, are you currently working on any projects or anything right now?
Acting, no. I just wrapped filming, I don't know, like 6 weeks ago on Revenge in Kind. That's like the most recent feature film up there. I was doing a principal role where it's like a rape victim, kind of SVU, something like that. So that was 6 weeks ago. But I work at a university in like a film production office. So I literally edit, shoot and do it all the time. So, or train people to use like software like Premiere Pro and stuff like that. So, or like help faculty make videos for their classes and stuff like that. So I did see the question on there like, oh, if you don't get, you know, an acting role, would you be willing to, and I'm just totally down for that. So whatever you guys need, editing is something I could do from afar, but if, you know,
You use Pro for editing?
yeah.
I'm still the Final Cut dude. Am I the last one to that? Am I the last one to stay?
Ancient, man.
But I love it though.
That's why we didn't stop using
That's
that
what
back in, what, 2000?
Well, that's what I started off with, so I'm just like, you know, that works for me.
Yeah, whatever works. But we, the reason why I use Premiere, we have Adobe Creative Cloud free, like the whole thing, the whole suite, and so it's just simple to do that.
And then they stopped selling it outright, didn't they, the license? Don't they only lease
What, for
it?
7?
For the Adobe?
For Adobe?
Yeah, I thought they stopped selling it outright.
Separately, it's
Yeah.
all bundled in the Creative Cloud suite, I think now, but.
Yeah, I think you can only get like CS5 and CS6 now.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're
That's
right.
it. Yeah, you can get
I'm Final Cut for life sometimes.
Final Cut may outlast Premiere, you know.
You never know.
It has a few kinks.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
He said, no.
Whatever.
But it was like, no, that's negative.
Did you have any questions?
No, I'm good.
It says here you're saying.
I am.
You are?
I am. This is not a SAG production,
No,
right?
it's not.
Perfect, because I'm a SAG must join. So that means the next SAG production, I have to only do union work, yeah.
Okay, that's what I was worried about.
So, no worries there.
Okay.
You got anything else? Thank you so much for that lengthy drive to get that awesome performance.
So do you have other plans here today, or you turning around going right back?
Going right back. Mm-hmm.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I live in Abilene. I know what comes with living in Abilene.
Yeah.
I'm glad I get to act at all, because I need like. What'd you say?
I was like, and to get out of Abilene.
And to get out of Abilene, that's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
It's very small, huh?
It's like, we have like a Sonic and a mall, if you could call it a mall.
Probably the most active thing in Abilene right now.
Really? Is that small? Because that's a military town, isn't it?
I think so.
It is, but like.
The only thing I know about is Abilene Christian, the school.
Exactly, that's right.
That's it. That's the only thing we played against now. That's the only thing I know.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was like going to a place like LA and going to Abilene. It's so not diverse. I think that's like the loudest thing there. Yes. For me and my husband, we were like, where do we go to church? Like, what do you do? Like, where are our people? And so anyway, yeah, that was
That's all right, I'm from Detroit and Texas has been nothing but a culture shock for me for the last.
Sure it is.
But this production company was in Detroit, right? I was trying to do my
I
homework.
started.
You started in
I
Detroit.
moved out here.
And so how long have you been
I've
here?
been here, what, 2-3 years now, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's been.
And you guys live here?
Mhm.
And you're here? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Are y'all from, y'all are not from here?
Well, I'm from Cali, so.
Well, yeah,
we kind of.
Oh, you're from Chicago and you're.
I'm Texas.
You're
I'm
from
a firm
Texas.
believer that 90% of the people in Texas are not from Texas.
Mhm.
It does seem that way, right? It does.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, especially Dallas now. Abilene, they are from there.
Yeah.
They've been there their whole life.
Yeah, not leaving.
Yeah.
Not leaving.
Yes.
So I mean, like, what do you guys do for fun? Like, what?
Drive to Dallas.
And
it's not that bad of a drive, like she's saying, for real.
It's really
just like-
not. It's really not. But I told my sister, I have a twin sister who's still in LA, and so she, I was talking to her, and I was like, you know, it's like nothing and everything is in Abilene. It's like just the essentials. But like, if you want to do anything different or diverse or be around diverse people, like you kind of have to go to get that. So there's no Asian food. I don't know what to do. It's just like, you know, it's just one of those weird, there's no Mediterranean. I mean, you know, like in California, you have everything.
Yeah.
You literally have this spread of choices. And so if you want a spread of choices, you gotta drive 3 hours.
Honey, you wanna go out to dinner tonight? Where we going?
Dallas.
So now you got to
That's
factor.
a little.
There's no short day nights here.
So now you got to factor the full tank of gas.
Right. And then
On top of
the food.
the naked.
That's right, you know?
So an extra
So you know what, I think I just cooked tonight.
Seriously.
And I'll change up so
Well, in that
to make
case-
it look like we went somewhere.
Like we went
In
somewhere.
that case, what's the nearest supermarket then?
It is, what is it? It's, okay. Right, there's one called United, but we don't really go there. And then there's, another one called HEB. HEB is the real people.
I was trying to remember something. I think it's possible, but that's it.
HEB, that's where,
Do you have kids?
not yet.
Ooh, bless their heart, I was gonna say.
Yes. I feel like Alabama would be a really tough place.
What?
Yes, like,
Is it my pen?
Oh.
It's okay, go ahead.
Graphics. I also done a couple of things with, it was a couple of music videos, with a few of my friends. They needed me for a couple of videos, and it's kind of out, like, I'm on TV a few times. I had a couple of TV fights and whatnot. I done a couple of acting shows, in college, at Texas Southern. So I done some drama, theater arts, a couple of classes. I also done a little acting in high school as well, a couple of plays in high school.
Okay. Now, you said you had a couple of fighting scenes on TV?
Yeah, and I followed TV actually a few times.
What, was it a particular movie or?
No, there was actual fights, even though it's not scripted, but you know.
A
Was the
reality?
world star, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't real
I
stuff.
didn't think that, oh, was
Nah, they-
Curry?
They was professional fights, and I had a couple of amateur fights on TV as well. So boxing wise,
Oh, okay.
yeah, no world star.
Okay, great. And so you are auditioning for Ronald, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, we'll just ask you initially to slate your name and the character that you are going to audition for.
Okay.
And then, LaShawn, you can still do it? Okay, so LaShawn will be the one that will be interacting with you, be reading with you, so you'll be interacting with her. But I'll need you initially to look at the camera and slate,
Okay.
okay? So whenever you're ready.
My name is Louis Webster, and I'm auditioning for Ronald, the high school student.
Whenever you're ready.
I didn't know the script. Was there a script?
I sent you a script.
I never got one. I was
I sent everybody.
Page 6.
Top page 6. LaShawn, why don't you start at the bottom of page 5?
Well, how about this? Why don't you just give him a few minutes? Why don't, show him what it is. Yeah, show him where it is, what he needs to look over. Give him about 5 minutes or so to go outside and just kind of out in front and just kind of read over it.
With that from there, did you send them all to the New Harlem Council? Did you send them all from the New Harlem Council?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So do we need to reslate?
Reslate, yeah, you don't have to. Come, we got it. We straight, we good.
Okay, okay.
You don't have to put the line right there, I'll start with page 3. That'll leave you at page 6.
Okay.
Ronald, would you please do us the honors and lead us in the pledge?
In this country, we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
What page is it?
Page 6. You just have another line. It says, oh, my bad, I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's start that over. Let's start it over.
Oh, no, that's right, you're the director now, because you took my job.
Ronald, would you do us the honors and lead us in the pledge?
In this country, we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, my bad. I forgot.
Stop being a dick.
Fuck you, Sarah.
You wish. What's the problem?
Fatima won't stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Newsflash, Ronald, this isn't a career. If she chooses not to stand, it's her right not to. Go ahead, Samuel. I pledge allegiance to the flag. Okay, let's pick up where we left off yesterday in chapter 7. We started a discussion
All right,
regarding.
let's start over again.
Okay.
This time, when you read that line, you start off sitting, and then once she says, would you do the honors, then you stand up and go ahead and deliver your line. Give it a second after you stand
Okay.
to notice that she's not standing up, and then you deliver your line. Check that.
Okay, Ronald, would you please do us the honors and lead us in the pledge?
In this country, we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, my bad. I forgot.
Stop being a dick.
Fuck you, Sarah.
Wish. What's the problem?
Family won't stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Newsflash, Ronald, this isn't your career. And if she chooses not to stand, it's her right not to. Go ahead, Samuel. I pledge allegiance to the flag. Okay, let's pick up where we left off yesterday in chapter 7. We started a discussion regarding the significance of the 14th Amendment. And don't forget to answer the questions in the chapter review. There will be a quiz on Friday.
And so, Louis, do you have any other projects that you're working on right now?
We're actually doing, it's a little show that they're doing, it's actually in Frisco, Street. It's kind of like, I guess you'd say, sort of like Bad Girls, Bad Boys Club. Or, no, I'm sorry, not that, what's that show? Real World, sort of like Real World.
Oh, it's a reality?
Yes,
Okay, similar to that?
yes.
Okay. And when is that shooting?
They started shooting in February. It's the first week of February.
Okay,
You said the first week?
Yes.
okay, great.
And I checked my email again, I didn't get this.
You didn't get, because I
No,
sent it
ma'am.
to everybody.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I just checked when I was up there.
Okay, all right. Well, all right, Louis, what we'll do is we will make our decisions this week, and I will follow up with everybody either way, okay? We're looking to probably start filming probably in January or February.
Okay.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one, you too.
He said 3 times fast. Malcolm, Sarah, LaShawn, and our DP, I'm sorry, our DP, Cordell. So Dominique, tell us a little bit about some of the stuff that you've done before. It looks like you've worked on a few films and a couple of commercials.
But like they were very small roles, like just here and there doing extra work.
Mhm.
That's about it.
Okay. Okay. So what we'll do, LaShawn, is we'll have you to slate with the, at the camera with your name and what role you're auditioning for, and then we'll actually do the actual filming with LaShawn, I mean, the lead with LaShawn. Okay? You ready? Okay. So whenever you're ready, right? Say. Yeah, she's there. She's,
Hello, my name is Dominique Green. I'm 15 years old and I'm auditioning for the role of Sarah. Hey! Oh, come on, Miss Reed.
What did I tell you about cell phones in my class?
But I need it. In case of emergency.
I highly doubt you liking your own selfies on Instagram as an emergency. Don't worry, you can pick it up after school. In the meantime, please let Fatima read along with you in your textbook. Hey girl, I like that scar.
oh, I'm gonna
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey girl, I like that scarf.
It's cute. Thank you. Okay then, Samuel, yeah. Please do the honors and lead us in the pledge. In this country, we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, my bad, I forgot. Yolanda, stop being a kid.
Stop being such a dick.
Fuck you, Sarah.
You wish.
What's the problem? Fatima wants to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Newsflash, Ronald, this isn't North Korea. If she doesn't choose to stand, it's her right not to. Go ahead, Samuel. I pledge allegiance to the flag.
Okay, you can stop.
You can stop. Okay, let's do it one more time.
I'm sorry,
I'm sorry.
what's your role again? Director. See? Watch the
Sorry for
sign.
messing up.
Watch the sign. I got a producer trying to be a director.
Hey, I'm on all these people down.
See,
You said,
I just started reading over like that.
he was like, nice car, girl.
I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute.
I forgot who she was.
You know what happened? That last dude messed up that whole people said messed up.
He just left the way back.
That just where everybody out, 'cause nobody know what they doing anymore.
Oh my God.
All right.
You ready, director? I mean, producer. You ready?
Yes.
You sure you good?
Hey! Oh, come on, Miss Reed.
What did I tell you about cell phones in my class?
But I need it, in case of emergencies.
I highly doubt you liking your own selfies on Instagrams as an emergency. Don't worry, you can pick it back up after class. In the meantime, would you let Fatima read along with you your textbook?
Hey, girl. I like your scarf. It's cute.
Thank you. Okay then, Samuel, please do the honors and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. In this country, we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh my man, I forgot. Stop being such a dick. Fuck you, Sarah. You wish. What's the problem?
Okay, that was done. That was something to do. Let me see that real quick. Is there anything else you have coming up or you working on right now?
I did an audition last weekend for a movie, called, can't think of it right now.
Don't worry, we don't care about that. So,
Did you get a call?
yeah.
Not yet.
And do you know when they're going to actually start principal photography? When they're going to start filming? Do you know?
Oh, in March,
March, okay. Is it a short or a feature?
featured.
Okay. You have any more questions for me? Thank you so much for taking the time to come out.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you all.
Nice to meet you.
Have a nice day.
She takes direction good and she's a real 15-year-old.
Okay, I moved out to LA in 1964 and I wanted to get into this field and I decided at the time I needed to get a steady job to have some money coming in. So I worked a while with Mobile Corporation and when they moved here from LA, I have been here since 75 and when I got laid off with them, I decided to go to the sheriff department. So I just retired from the Dallas County Sheriff Department.
Oh, wow.
So right now I'm open to fulfill my dream that I always wanted to do, get into acting and modeling for senior citizen per se. And within the last 3 years I've gotten into a few things in the local area. And I just come back from Austin making an extra movie with Robert Rodriguez. It's going to be open up in July 2018. And now I'm here with you guys now.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
Okay, so what we'll have you to do we'll have you to slate to the camera your name and what role you're auditioning for, and then you'll actually, LaShawn, are you reading this?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll actually read with LaShawn, and you just do it however you feel comfortable, okay?
Okay.
All right, well, we're ready
I'm
when
ready.
you are.
Okay. Hi, my name is Terry Norman. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I'm a pursuing actress here in Dallas. And I'm looking forward to getting the role as Ms. Johnson, per se.
Okay. Good morning, Mrs. Johnson.
May I see you in the hallway?
Let's pull out our textbooks and at least pretend like we came to learn today.
Okay, step into the hallway. That's some interesting shirt.
You like? I can get you one.
Oh, no, that's not necessary.
And who do we have here?
I'm so sorry. This is Fatima Bashir.
Nice to meet you, Fatima.
She's a bit shy.
So I see.
Fatima is from Iraq, but has been in the States for a little over a year. She was being homeschooled, but her aunt felt it was time for her to... I just want to make sure the other students don't give her a hard time because of, well, you know. You know.
Oh, you mean because of her shoes? They look okay to me.
Well, yes, well, please let me know if you have any problems.
I'm sure we'll be fine, right?
Okay. All right. Let me get this one.
So Terry, do you have anything coming up as far as, you know, any productions or anything you're currently working on or
No.
anything?
I'm retired. Nothing.
Okay, so you're not working on any other films?
No, nothing right now. Was a little nervous. Don't be gonna get one time in this here. Okay, yeah.
You want to do it again?
Well, we can, maybe, let's see, and get my feel, you know.
Okay, go ahead, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, run on this time, when you first start off from outside and poke your head.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
We do all understand this, right? You get that, right? And you know we do that. Okay. Good.
Ready? Yep. Good morning, Miss Johnson.
May I see you in the hallway?
Okay, now just step in and pretend like you're on.
Let's pull all of our textbooks and at least pretend like we came to learn today.
That's, interesting shirt.
You like? I can get you one.
Oh, that's not necessary.
And who do we have here?
I'm sorry, this is Fatima Bashir.
Nice to meet you, Fatima.
She's a bit shy.
So I see.
Fatima is from Iraq, but has been in the States a little over a year. She was being homeschooled, but her aunt felt it was time for her to... I just want to make sure the other students don't give her a hard time because of, well, you know. You know.
Oh, you mean because of her shoes? They look okay to me.
Yes, well, please let me know if you have any problems.
I'm sure we'll be fine, right? Okay.
Help us better because it gave you something to do instead of just sitting there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have more questions for us?
No, do you have any questions for us? And so you're not working on any other projects? at this
No, I'm
time,
not
right?
on any project, nothing, retired, just
Okay.
working at a film and working in my yard.
Must be nice.
It is, yes, definitely. I'm enjoying every bit of it. I'm not bored or depressed like some of my coworkers are right now. For 4
Okay.
months I've been retired right now, yes.
Okay, okay.
Uh-huh.
So do you have any questions or anything for us?
I think I would love to have this part because people always taking me as a school teacher or somebody in the educational field.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a little nervous, but I think I can swing this here really, you know,
Okay.
kind of thing, you know, so.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to if you all pick me, it's great, you know.
Okay. Now, are you open? We're doing filming in first part of the year, so it'll probably either be January or February. On the weekends, it'll be Saturday, Saturday, Sunday.
That's fine, that's
Okay.
fine. I'm open on all days, just let me know. And now that I know where you guys are, I hear the filming would be out here.
No, we haven't actually picked location, so
Uh-huh.
once we do, but,
Yeah.
but yeah. So what we'll do is we'll make a decision hopefully this week, and then someone will be, probably me, be getting back with you either way,
Okay.
and let you know kind of what the next steps are.
Okay, will do then.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, get comfortable with you guys now, so I can talk.
Yeah.
Okay, nice meeting you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Both of you.
And if you want to, okay, you got it, okay.
And look, she gave me, she said.
Do you want me to say something or do you want me to get out?
No, it's perfectly, you know.
Okay. You ready for it?
Yeah, ready?
Hello, I'm Nicole Holt. I'm with Austin Models and Talent, and I'm reading for the part of Mrs. Johnson.
Good morning, Mrs. Johnson.
May I speak to you in the hallway?
Let's pull out our textbooks and at least pretend like we came to learn today.
That is an interesting shirt.
You like? I can get you one.
No, that is not necessary.
Okay. And who do we have here?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is Fatima Bashir.
Nice to meet you, Fatima.
She's a little bit shy.
So I see.
Well, Fatima, she's from Iraq, and she's been here a little bit over a year. She's been homeschooled, but her aunt is thinking it's time for her to, I just really want to make sure that the students don't give her a hard time, because, well, you know.
Oh, you mean because of her shoes? They look okay to me.
Well, yeah, please just let me know if there are any problems.
I'm sure it'll be fine, right?
Okay. How did that feel? I feel like a psychiatrist every time we ask that question. How did that feel?
Yeah.
It feels good for what I had in my mind. If you have something else in your mind, we can go a different way.
Okay, let's try. Ms. Johnson is a bit more stoic. She does, you're smiling to her.
Mm-hmm.
Ms. Johnson is more the uptight kind of.
Gotcha.
And when you make the comment about the shirt, be a little subtle with it, like less phased by emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And if you could, let's start off with you in the hallway and poking your head. And when you ask her to step in, or when you ask her to step out to the hallway, just step in and you all can stop her and leave the hallway. So if you could just step out and then poke your head, and she can get around.
Good morning, Miss Johnson.
May I see you in the hallway?
Sure. Let's pull out our textbooks and at least pretend like we came to learn today.
That's an interesting shirt.
You like it? I can get you one.
No, that's not necessary.
And who do we have here?
Oh, this is Fatima Bashir.
Nice to meet you, Fatima.
She's a little bit shy.
So I see.
Fatima is from Iraq. She's been here for a little bit over a year. She's been homeschooled, and her aunt is thinking it's time for her to... Well, I would like to just make sure that the students don't give her a hard time, because, you know.
Oh, because of her shoes? They look okay to me.
Okay, well, please just let me know if there are any problems.
I'm sure we'll be fine, right?
Just do it one more time. You step up there. When you step in, you're showing, you can't. No, I want you to grab. This is the chalkboard, blah, blah, blah. When she pokes her head in, kind of take a couple steps towards her.
Okay.
And when you come in, you did good, but don't travel all the way back to the chair. Just kind of stop right here, like right where.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And you just make sure you're not blocking her
Gotcha.
from
Okay.
doing. And project a little bit more,
Okay.
just a little bit.
Okay. Now just better. Oh, Miss Johnson.
May I see you in the hallway?
Sure. Let's pull out our textbooks and at least pretend like we came to learn today.
Oh, that's an interesting shirt.
You like it? I can get you one.
No. it's not necessary.
And who do we have here?
Oh, this is Fatima Bashir.
Oh, nice to meet you, Fatima.
She's a bit shy.
So I see.
Fatima is from Iraq. She's been here a little bit over a year. She's been homeschooled so far, and her aunt is thinking it's time for her to. I just want to make sure that the students don't give her a hard time, because, well, you know.
Oh, you mean her shoes? They look okay to me.
Yeah. Well, okay. If you would just let me know, please, if there are any problems.
I'm sure it'll be fine, right?
Same.
I have it electronically. I forgot to bring it. I was so worried about being here on time because I had a far drive that I left it. But I can submit it to you electronically if you need it.
Okay, that'll be fine. So
Sure.
just kind of give us just the kind of the background, kind of some of the things that you've done before.
Okay. I've done quite a bit of theater. That's really where a lot of my focus has been in the past. Since, I did some extra work. I just did a brief extra thing on ER. It was just in the right place at the right time, and they needed some background people, so I did that. Got to meet George Clooney, which was totally cool.
Oh,
Yeah. Wasn't supposed to happen, but it just did. I've done a couple of commercials since I've been here. I was an extra on a feature film in, I want to say it was August, September time. That was in Whitney, Texas, that they shot that. I can't think of any other really huge. I just commercials like that. Did a runway fashion show thing that was not paid. So a few paid things, some just because. Had some principal roles in theater. I was supposed to Christmas Past for a theater production. I think I was a narrator for a theater production. So most of my stuff is in theater, but since I moved here, I've been trying to get a little more film and commercial activity. Since I work full-time, I'm a full-time counselor, you can't really get too involved. So I like to do some things that are kind of quick pace and get some work done quickly and under my belt for experience.
Okay, awesome. All right, and you're auditioning for Miss Johnson, correct?
That's what I believe I was told.
Okay. All right, so what we'll do, we'll have you to slate to the camera, and then LaShawn is actually going to be reading with you.
Okay.
So you guys can,
You want to take my hat off and all that?
whatever
I was
makes you
just chilly,
comfortable,
so-
whatever's
Yeah.
comfortable for you.
Take my junk on here. Yeah.
Okay, so whenever you're ready, you can slate straight to the camera.
Okay. I need a
Script. You didn't have it with you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I do have it on my phone.
Here, I'll just give you this one.
You got it.
Page 2. It's on page 2.
I am so sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. And I'm starting with, may I see you in the hallway, is that correct? May I see you in the hallway?
Let's pull out our textbooks and at least pretend like we came to learn today.
That's, an interesting shirt.
You like it? I can get you one.
Well, no, that's not necessary.
And who is this we have here?
I'm sorry, this is Fatima Bashir.
Nice to meet you, Fatima.
She's a bit shy.
So I see.
Fatima's from Iraq, but has been in the States a little over a year. She's been homeschooled, but her aunt felt it was time for her to,
Oh, you mean because of her shoes? They look okay to me.
Yes, well, they just let me know if you have any problems.
I'm sure we'll be fine, right?
Okay, so how did you feel about it?
I felt like I would have been better if I brought my script scene with me, but other than that, I felt it's comfortable.
Because you're a counselor anyway, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so what we're gonna do, Rhonda, we're doing like, of course, the auditions today. We'll be making a decision next week.
Mhm.
And I will get in touch with everyone either way and let everyone know kind of what the next steps are going to be.
Okay, that's good. And Malcolm, I just wanted to let you know, I read one of your blog pages, and it was so heartfelt. I read the part about you being homeless.
Oh.
I was just gonna say, heartfelt. He knows something.
Wait, what's
It was heartfelt. It was heartfelt, and I don't know, it gave me a lot of inspiration because I work with a lot of kids that are homeless.
Really?
Yeah, so really, it was heartfelt. And then I read a lot of your other stuff, and you're hilarious. So. Thank you so much. This is my time to be with you. I scared you with that heartfelt.
I'm like, is she alright now?
It was really nice to meet all of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for coming in.
She hadn't even done anything.
She's done enough.
Oh, well, alrighty then.
Anyway.
Well, thank you so much, Erica. I appreciate you here. I'm Linda. I'm the producer. Obviously, you know Malcolm, the writer and director.
always so happy to see you.
Okay, this is Sarah, LaShawn, and Cordell is our VP.
Hello.
So Erica, tell us a little bit about you, like some of the things that you've done in the past as far as in reference to your acting projects.
Well, I'm from Chicago. I've only been here about 2 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 years. And what I've done there, I did a lot of stage plays, and I was part of a touring cast as well for The Color Purple. I worked as one of the main characters on The Color Purple tour in Chicago, as well as the Black Nativity, Langston Hughes.
Why do I know you? Do you know Marion Forbes?
Not ringing a bell, not
I don't know, your name and face now sound familiar. to me.
Really?
Yeah, so you were the the leading role? in the Black
Yes, I
Nativity?
was the lead, one of the leading characters in the Black Nativity as well as The Color Purple. I don't know if you guys seen that production as well when it came to Dallas.
Were you in the one that came to Dallas? Okay.
Yes. And also I've done The Imitation of Life. We did that, the movie rendition, the stage play
You were the daughter
as well.
that didn't take care of her?
No, right, no.
Oh, you were the mom?
With my hair, no, I wasn't that daughter. No. But I was part of the ensemble crew as well on everything that I've done. I sing as well a little bit. So.
Okay, okay, awesome. Okay, so you're here auditioning for Mrs. Reed, is it Ms. Reed?
Rita, that's
Okay, great. So what we'll have you to do, Erica, is to slate to the camera your name and what character you're auditioning for.
Okay.
And then when you're ready to start the audition, you'll actually leave with Sarah.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, so ready when you want.
And just.
You can go ahead and slate to the camera. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Erica Lacey Henderson, and I'm auditioning for the role as Miss Reed. Okay. Are we standing or are we standing?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. Fatima? Sit, please. May I see that note? Pretty rough day, huh? Yeah. Look, I know this is all new and a bit confusing for you, especially considering the circumstances. And I especially know how it has been different. I mean, look at me. I don't exactly fit in either, but I promise, you get the hang of it okay? And I would definitely have a talk with Samuel and Robert about their little note. It won't happen here.
Thank you.
Now, I meant what I said in class. It's your right not to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, but you have to understand the circumstances, the consequences. There are a lot of people who take strong offense to any conceived slight when it comes to the tradition, to that tradition, especially here in Texas.
With all due respect, Ms. Reed, I can think of far more important things to take offense to. I thought if anyone would understand that, it would be you.
What exactly is that supposed to mean?
I grew up in the mountains, Yemen's western province of Rama. I was only 13 when my mother and father were murdered in a mosque in Santas during evening prayer by suicide bombing.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
How could you? I was lucky. I was able to leave with my aunt and uncle.
So that's what this is about. I understand now that.
No, ma'am.
Wait, what do you mean?
This is about Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, and the countless other African American men and women who have died at the hands of police. This is about the countless men, women, and children in my country who have no names, murdered by drone strikes, and written off as collateral damage by the government. This is about the election of a demagogue in the highest office in the land. But most importantly, this is about me finally having a voice with every intention of letting it be heard. I'm sorry, may I be excused? I'm late for my geometry class.
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. Of course.
Thank you.
Fatima?
Ma'am?
I'll have your textbook on tomorrow.
Okay. How did you feel?
Nervous?
She's nervous about it.
Just remind me. That's when I first started. It's just because I wanted to memorize it. And I thought I did, yeah, but I didn't.
That wasn't about you, no, don't worry, I just said it out loud. You have any questions for us?
Are
I'm not
you,
gonna tell you that right now.
are you, working on any other projects right now?
Not right now.
Not right now, so you would be available in January, February for the film, and it'll be like a 3 or 4 day shoot.
Yes.
On the weekends, like a Saturday, Sunday.
I'm available Monday through Sunday. Yes, ma'am.
Now, are you working on any singing project or anything?
Not right now. Not right now.
You said it like I'm stepping away from it.
I like acting. I sang for many years. I had thyroid cancer, so I had my vocals kind of changed from what I'm used to. And I guess it's just from being with a vocal coach, it's fear that's keeping me from still, doing singing how I used to or how I would like to. But I'm working on it.
Okay.
Working on that.
You have a vocal coach here?
Not here. No, I don't have anything here. I'm looking.
I got a vocal coach for
Do you really?
you. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll send her info.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm gonna look you over, Marion, too. She's from Chicago.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I don't know if y'all know each other. Surprised that y'all don't know each other. Because she was active. She did a lot of stuff with Bernie Mac and stuff like that.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Malcolm, do you have any questions or anything?
I
No?
know everything I need to know.
You don't have any questions?
Okay, Miss Erica, you and I gotta have a talk, because nobody silences, Malcolm.
I'm not silenced, I'm just.
And what, character you're auditioning for, and then who's reading?
I can't, it's up to you. I will.
Yeah, okay. So you'll read with LaShawn, okay?
Okay.
So whenever you're ready.
I'm Heather Mockaway. I am auditioning for the role of Miss Reed. Fatima? Sit, please. May I sit down? Pretty rough first day, huh? Look, I know this is all new and a bit confusing for you, especially considering the circumstances. And I especially know how it feels to be different. I mean, look at me. I don't really look the same, so. But I promise you, it'll get better. You'll get the hang of it.
Okay.
Now, we'll definitely have a talk with Samuel and Robert about their little note. Won't happen again.
Thank you.
Now, I meant what I said in class. It's your right not to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. But you have to understand the circumstances. I mean, there are a lot of people that take strong offense to any conceived slight when it comes to that tradition, especially here in Texas.
With all due respect, Ms. Reed, I can think of far more important things to take offense to. I thought if anyone would understand that, you would.
What is that supposed to mean?
I grew up in the mountains. Yemen's western province of Rameh. I was only 13 when my mother and father were murdered in a mosque in Sandals during evening prayer by a suicide bombing.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
How could you? I was lucky. I was able to leave with my aunt and uncle.
Oh, okay, so that's what this is about.
No, no ma'am.
But I don't get it. You just said.
This is about Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, and the countless other African American men and women who have died at the hands of police. This is about the countless men and women and children in my country who have no names, murdered by drone strikes and written off as collateral damage by government. This is about the election of a demagogue to the highest of office in the land. But most importantly, this is about me finally having a voice with every intention of letting it be heard. I'm sorry. May I be excused? Make my German class.
Sure.
Thank you.
Fatima,
Ma'am.
I'll have your textbook for next class.
Let's do it one more time. This time I want you to start off standing at the picture, pretend like it's the chalkboard, and give it a beat or two, and then pretend like she's walking out and you call her back to you.
Can I have my notes?
I understand.
That's not bad.
Okay. Fatima? Sit, please. May I sit down? Pretty rough first day, huh? Look, I know this is all new and a bit confusing for you, especially considering the circumstances. And I especially know how it feels to be different. I mean, look at me. I don't exactly look the same. But I promise you, we get paid, okay?
Okay.
Now, we'll definitely have a talk with Samuel and Robert about the little note. It won't happen again.
Thank you.
Now, I meant what I said in class. It's your right not to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. But you have to understand the circumstances. There are a lot of people that take strong offense to any conceived slight when it comes to that tradition, especially here in Texas.
With all due respect, Ms. Reed, I can think of far more important things to take offense to. And I thought if anyone would understand that, you would.
What is that supposed to mean?
I grew up in the mountains, Yemen's western province of Rameh. I was only 13 when my mother and father were murdered in the mosque we were inside during evening prayer by a suicide bomb.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
How could you? I was lucky. I was able to leave with my auntie and uncle.
Oh, okay, so that's what this is all about.
No, ma'am.
But I thought you said,
This is about Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, and the countless other African American men and women who have died at the hands of police. This is about the countless men and women and children in my country who have no names, murdered by drone strikes and written off for collateral damage by the government. This is about the election of a Democrat to the highest offense in the land. But most importantly, this is about me finally having a voice with every intention of letting it be heard. I'm sorry. Can I be excused? I'm late for my geometry class.
oh, yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Fatima,
Ma'am.
I'll have your textbook for you next class.
That was better than the first one.
Okay. So Heather, you said that you're not working on any projects right now. You will be available first of the year, correct?
Yes.
Now, on your schedule, these Saturdays, you can only be there from 8 to 3.
Yes, I work on Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays, but if there's any days that you need me, I'm willing to take that sacrifice.
Okay. And you work nights,
Yes, just from like 3 to 2, 3 to 3.
3 P to 3 A? Okay. Because it would only be like a 3 or 4 day shoot. But the days will be a Saturday, Sunday, but they're gonna probably be an all day shoot.
That's okay. I'm able to talk to my manager, and we just hired a new girl that I have to train today. I'm sure I'm gonna train her in the correct way. She'll be able to do it by herself. So.
Okay, great. All right, well, we're going to make decisions this week, and I will be in touch with everybody to let you know either way and what the next steps are going to be, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you so much for coming.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. Hi, Miss Gidget. Hey. Okay, so you know me, this is Malcolm. Malcolm is actually the writer and director. Sarah, LaShawn, and then our DP, Cordell. Yes. Okay. So can you just I know you've done a whole lot of different things, I know that. So just, just a little bit of some of the stuff that you've done, roles that you've played.
Yeah, because that resume is not updated.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
I don't even remember what's not on there. So most recent is, for film, is Hillary's America. And that one's in stores. And then the most recent television was I keep forgetting the name of that thing.
You got the name of it?
I forgot the name of that show.
Is it
Freedom on Trial.
Freedom on Trial.
Yeah, that's the newest television episode. And then TV1's Fatal Attraction. I did that too.
Okay.
Those
You
are
want
the
Fatal
news.
Attraction? I watch it all the time.
Yeah, I went and looked at it, and yeah, they got me on the one spot. That's okay.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
You can see my face.
But that's it?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right, so what we'll have you to do initially is to slate to the camera.
Okay.
Your name and what you're auditioning for, what your character you're auditioning for, and then who's reading? LaShawn? Yeah. LaShawn. You read.
Sarah. You
Rock, paper, scissors, what are we doing?
It don't matter, I can do it, it don't matter. I'll use my phone. Okay, there you go.
Okay, so Sarah's gonna be the one you're reading with.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you're
so,
gonna stand over? I'm gonna stand right next to you.
yeah, she's gonna probably stand over here somewhere. So if you wanna just look at the camera and slave to the camera, and then whatever makes you most comfortable when you're doing the read is fine,
Okay.
okay?
Let's see. I know you're waiting on me, excuse me.
You're fine.
What page is it?
Page 8.
Page 8.
Yeah, okay, that's all right. You gonna stay right there? Facing. You mind if standing right next to her chair?
I mean, switch
We
everything.
look like this? That's perfect.
Okay.
And
You just,
You there.
you just call this one and then you're back on her.
yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I get, I'm sorry.
You're fine, you're good.
I'm just
Get
trying to make
yourself
sure I
together.
get my outline of Robert and Samuel, because they're in here, right? Well, they don't say anything, but I
Yeah.
recognize them.
Okay.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
Ready?
Oh, sorry. Hi,
Sorry.
everybody. I'm Gidget Taylor. I'm with the Campbell Agency. Fatima? Come here, please. Let's see. Preview first aid. Look, I know this is all new and a little bit confusing, especially considering the circumstances. And I especially know how it is being different. I mean, look at me. I don't exactly fit in. But I promise you, you get the hang of it, okay? Okay. And I will have a talk with Robert and Samuel about this little note. It won't happen again. Thank you. Now, I meant what I said in class. You don't have to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. But you have to understand that there are consequences. There are a lot of people who take strong offense to any slight regarding this tradition, especially here in Texas.
With all due respect, Ms. Reed, I can think of far more important things to take offense to. I thought if anybody would understand that, it would be you.
What exactly does that mean?
I grew up in the mountains, Yemen's western province of Rama. I was only 13 when my mother and father were murdered in a mosque in Sanos during evening prayer by a suicide bombing.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
How could you? I was lucky. I was able to leave with my aunt and uncle.
So that's what this is about.
No, ma'am.
Okay, I understand.
No, ma'am.
Wait, what? I thought you said that.
This is about Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, and the countless other African American men and women who died at the hands of police. This is about the countless men and women and children in my country who have no names, murdered off by drone strikes and written off as collateral damage by the government. This is about the election of a demagogue to the highest office in the land. But most importantly, this is about me finally having a voice with every intention of letting it be heard. I'm sorry, may I be excused? I'm late for geometry class. Thank you.
You missed the last line.
Okay.
I didn't see it. No. Yeah, of course.
I think you were getting into it and she didn't see it.
I was saying-
It was I'll have you book the next, I'll have you textbook the next class.
Oh, okay. You want me to do that again? Oh, yes, of course. Fatima, I'll have your textbook for you tomorrow. Okay. Want to do it again?
Could we take it from the top again?
Sure.
Can I see that script?
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
This is this part, pass the note.
Okay,
I see the note.
so right behind you is the visual board. So if you could stand at the visual board as if you're putting up the assignment for the next day.
Sure.
And then give it a beat or two and then call the team on.
Absolutely.
And just remember to ask for the note.
Yeah, I did forget that.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
Okay.
I need the script.
No, you did. Go ahead.
No script? Okay. We're gonna wing this. Okay, so. Fatima? Come here, please. Sit. May I see the note? My first week, huh? Look, I know this is difficult, especially being, especially considering the circumstances. I understand that it's different, because I'm different. Look at me. I don't necessarily fit in, you know. But I promise you that I am, okay? Okay. And I will definitely talk to Robert and Samuel about this note. It won't happen again. Thank you. Now, I meant what I said about the Pledge of Allegiance. You don't have to stand, but you must understand that there are people who take offense to any type of slight regarding this tradition.
With all due respect, Ms. Reed, I can think of far more important things to take offense to. I thought if anyone would understand that, it would be you.
And what does that exactly mean?
I grew up in the mountains, Yemen's western province of Rema, and I was only 13 when my mother and father were murdered in a mosque in Sanus during evening prayer by a suicide bombing.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
How could you? I was lucky. I was able to leave with my aunt and uncle.
So that's what this is about, huh? Okay, so now I understand.
No, ma'am.
Wait, what do you mean? I thought
This
you said.
is about Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, and the countless other African American men and women who died at the hands of police. This is about the countless men and women in my country who have no names, murdered by drone strikes and written off as collateral damage by the government. This is about the election of a demagogue in the highest office in the land. But most importantly, this is about me finally having a voice, and with every intention of letting it be heard. I'm sorry, can I be excused? I'm late for geography class.
Fatima, I'll make sure I have your textbook for you tomorrow, okay? I know it is, but still, you know, I just want to make sure I have a lunch, right? I do understand that it was a crutch, but I didn't rehearse it like I wanted to, so yeah. But anything else?
Do you have anything booked like for like January, February timeframe?
Not to my knowledge at this moment.
Okay, because this will probably be a 3 to 4 day shoot. It'll be Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
So we're looking right now probably the 2nd or 3rd week of January, but it may get pushed to February.
Okay.
Okay. I am going to call everyone this week and let them know kind of and what's going on, what the next steps are. What?
I have my shades on.
It's okay. It's okay.
I took the purse off. What? Okay. Yeah, so.
It's okay, it's alright. You getting called too?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Do you have any questions now? No? Okay, that was really good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Nice meeting you.
Filmed. This is Malcolm, he's the writer and director. Sarah, LaShawn, and then WP Cordell. Okay? So I know you have, your resume here. Just tell us a little bit about yourself and a couple of the things that you've done as it relates to, your acting.
Okay, well, I'm 16 and I live in Benbrook. I kind of stopped doing acting for like a little bit to focus on like school and work and stuff, but recently I kind of want to like get back into it, and so I've been looking at like auditions and stuff.
Okay. Okay, great. All right, so what we'll do, is to have you to slate your name and what character you're auditioning for to the camera, and then, who's reading? So, LaShawn is gonna be she's gonna do the read with you, okay? All right, so whenever you're ready.
Hi, I'm Damon Butler and I'm auditioning for Ronald.
Hey Ronald, would you do us the honors and lead us in the pledge? Get it right there.
In this country, we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, my bad, I forgot.
Stop being a dick.
Fuck you, Sarah.
You wish. What's the problem?
Fatima won't stand for the pledge.
Newsflash, Ronald, this isn't North Korea. And if she chooses not to stand, it's her right not to. Go ahead, Samuel. I pledge allegiance to the flag. Okay, let's pick up where we left off on yesterday in chapter 7. We started a discussion regarding the significance of the 14th Amendment. Don't forget to answer the questions in chapter for the review. There will be a quiz on Friday.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't receive those.
I think that's the
I don't think,
end.
I don't think I sent those. I was,
Yeah, that's the
okay.
end.
No, that's fine.
I only got the part with Fatima.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, because I was
No,
like,
'cause he
what?
did- I didn't know if he had actually forgot or if that was the line.
I know, he did.
I had to look back
Yeah,
and
so that's why you looked at me like,
That's
what?
the same thing. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, there's a line.
It worked out.
All right, let's do it one more time.
Please stand and, Ronald, would you do us the honors and lead us in the pledge?
In this country, we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, my bad, sorry, I forgot.
Stop being a dick.
Fuck you, Sarah.
You fish. What's happening?
Fatima won't stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Newsflash, Ronald, this isn't Korea. And if she chooses not to stand, it's her right not to. So go ahead, Samuel. I pledge allegiance to the
Hey,
flag.
so right there, that's what's sounding odd to me. When you say, oh my bad, I forgot, you kind of mock her in the Arabic German language. So nobody's here is gonna be offended, it's in the script, so give it a second after you say the line, oh, in this country we stand, give her a second, and then like, oh my bad, I forgot, and then mock her, and then we'll move on, okay? So let's take it one at a time. That's what I'm saying.
Adam, please stand and do us the honors and lead us in the pledge, please.
In this country, we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, sorry, my bad, I forgot. In this country, we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Stop being a dick.
Fuck you, Sarah.
You wish. What's the problem?
Fatima won't stand for the pledge.
Newsflash, Ronald, this isn't North Korea. If she doesn't want to stand, it's her right not to. Go ahead, Samuel. I pledge allegiance to the flag.
So, do you have any projects going on? No? So you would be available for weekend shoots in January, February?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions for him or anything like that? Okay, that was really good, Damon. So what we're gonna do, I will be contacting everyone this week. We'll make a decision this week, and I'll contact everyone, yea or nay, let you know kind of what the next steps are. And I see you also said that if for some reason you didn't get this part, you would be open for extra, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, so I'll be contacting you this week. Okay? Thank you so much.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Sorry I was kind of late. The traffic was like really
It's okay, it's okay, we totally understand.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Put the squabble between the students.
So Amanda, since we don't really have a resume for you, kind of give me an idea of what, kind of your background as far as it relates to acting.
And acting, I've been wanting to do it since I was little, and my dad is a big supporter, because I was a big daddy's girl. So he took me to every audition, every casting call, every open opportunity to go, and just show me the best sides of it, and show me the ugly sides of it, or like which songs were scams, or which are good to go. And so I learned a lot just from those experiences. I've always thought of modeling, because I was shy when I was little. And then I always got turned down for modeling. And they always said, well, you have a great bubbly personality, let's just go for acting. So my dad convinced me when I was like 8 or 9 to say, hey, just put acting and see where it goes and leads to other things. So ever since then, I've been practicing my front of the mirror, front of the camera. I would go to every casting call, but since growing up, they always wanted money like up front, so I wasn't able to continue on to the next steps. They would always have me stay, and they would like me. And they'd call me back and say, oh, can you bring about $800, $900 the next thing? I'm like, oh, I'm still in junior high, or I'm still in high school, or okay, I couldn't ever go. But in the meantime, it didn't discourage me. It didn't let me give up. I just continued practicing. And, manuscripts, commercials, front of the camera, class speaking, debate team, and all that. And then my own just personal goofiness.
Okay, great. So you are auditioning for Sarah, correct? Did you bring your cell phone in with you?
Oh, no, she's doing it. That's okay.
That's okay, you can use hers, that's fine. So Amanda, what we'll have you to do is slate your name and the character that you're auditioning for straight to the camera. And then LaShawn is actually gonna read with you. Okay, she's gonna read lines with you. So we're ready whenever you are.
Hi, my name is Amanda Carmen, and I'm auditioning for the role of Sarah. Hey! Oh, come on, Mrs. Reed.
What did I tell you about cell phones in my class?
But I need it. Not for emergencies.
I doubt liking selfies on your Instagram page is an emergency. Don't worry, you can pick it back up after school. In the meantime, please let Fatima sit with you and read along in the textbook.
Hey, girl. I like your hair scarf there. It's cute.
Thank you. Okay then, Samuel. Yeah. Please do the honors and lead us in the pledge. In this country, we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. My bad, I forgot.
Oh, because that's right, you skipped all the others. Stop being a dick.
Fuck you, Sarah.
You wish.
What's the problem? Oh, Fatima wants to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Newsflash, Ronnie, this isn't North Korea.
Yeah, that's what we're talking.
Let's do it one more time. This time, I want you to start from out there on your phone. It's how old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay, so your
She's
husband.
another Megan. She's another Megan.
I'm sorry, I thought you were like 15 or 16.
Thank you.
No, but I was going to say, okay, let me revise that now. So you know how people are always constantly walking, and that's who Sarah is. Sarah is like that outcast who doesn't know or doesn't care that she's an outcast. She's not trying to fit in. So when you first see Fatima, when you say you like that headscarf, it's kind of a slight, but you don't know it because to you it's just a headscarf, a fashion statement. To her, it's her culture, her religion. So it's kind of naive of you to say, but you're saying it not out of from a bad place.
But just noticing her cute
Right,
smile.
right. And the snatching of the phone needs to feel more natural, which is why I need you to, I think, as you walk in and sit down and give it. So let's start that. And when you do your line where you say, oh my bad, actually do the mocking sound, because I think that's on me off a little too. You know, when he says, oh, in this country we stand for, and he said, oh my bad. Do it.
Okay.
You probably should do it.
Good, Sarah, you want to do Ronald? Let you be Ronald. All right. What did I tell you about cell phones in my class?
But I need it for emergencies.
I highly think liking your own selfies on Instagram is an emergency. Don't worry, you can pick it up after class. And do you mind letting Fatima read along with you in your textbook?
Hey girl, I like your headscarf there.
Thank you.
It's cute.
Thank you. Okay then, Samuel, yeah. Please do us the honors and lead us in the pledge.
In this country, we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, my bad. I forgot.
I'm being a dick.
F you, Sarah.
Oh, you wish.
What's the problem?
Fatima will stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
So Amanda, you are you working on any projects? I don't know if I asked you that. I asked that question 500 times today. So are you currently working on any projects?
No.
No, okay. And you are available the first of the year?
Oh, yes.
January, February, it'll be like a 3-4 day shoot on the weekends.
Absolutely, that's actually perfect. Even if it was on weekdays, I have a job. I'm an office manager, so and they're very lenient, so as long as I get my work done, they don't watch over everybody in the office, so I could, if you need it on a weekday as well, I could take off, as long as I get my work done. But weekends, perfect, days.
Okay, awesome. Do you have any questions now? No, okay. So what we're gonna do, we'll make some decisions this week, and I will get in touch with everyone and let them know yea or nay. I see that if for some reason you don't get the project, you are okay with being an extra, so I'll definitely keep that in mind. But you'll hear something from me this week, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Okay, well, I'm Linda. I'm the producer. Nice to meet you. This is Malcolm. Malcolm is actually the writer and director for the project. LaShawn and Cordell is the VP. Okay?
Hello.
So have you done any acting or anything before? It looks like you're a chef. Are you?
I am a chef.
Okay.
Yeah, and I did a couple, reality type chef shows, and just recently filmed for a show called Tatted Souls, a feature film that is still in production called Tatted Souls.
And you said it's a feature?
Mm-hmm.
And has it wrapped yet?
It has, yeah.
Okay.
Long ago.
Okay. Okay, great. So what we'll do is we'll have you to slate your name and what character you're auditioning for straight to the camera, and then LaShawn is going to be the one that's going to read with you, okay? All right, so whenever you're ready.
Name and age?
Name, character, and that's it.
I am Mika Johnson, reading for the part of Mrs. Johnson.
Good morning, Ms. Johnson.
Good morning, Miss Reed. May I speak with you in the hallway, please?
Let's pull out our textbooks and at least pretend like we came to learn today.
That's a interesting shirt you have on there.
You like it? Would you like one?
No, that won't be necessary.
And who do we have here?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is Fatima Bashir.
Nice to meet you, Fatima.
She's a bit shy.
So I see.
Fatima is here from Iraq but has been in the States for a little over a year. She's been being homeschooled, but her aunt thinks it's time for her to... I just want to make sure that the other kids don't give her a hard time because, well, you know.
Oh, you mean her shoes? They look okay to me.
Yes, well, please just let me know if we have any problems.
I'm sure we'll be fine, right?
How did you feel? How did that feel to you?
It felt okay. I could use a little more practicing with the lines. I can admit that. But, you know, and I wasn't sure if you guys wanted it to go directly from script or can I go off script a little to make it feel comfortable, so I tried to stay, you know, on script.
On script.
Mhm.
With it. Yeah.
Can you go to the door and do it again? Go right outside the door, like kind of peek your head in, like you're interrupting her class. And when you think about Ms. Johnson is humorless. She's like she's autistic. She doesn't get sarcasm. So when Ms. Reed is sarcastic with you, it's not really, it doesn't really phase you.
Okay.
Have you done theater before?
I have not.
Okay. You seem like you have a theater voice.
She does.
And usually what I tell theater people is, whatever your first instinct is when delivering a line, like cut it in half. Like it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's just the theater is more about projecting and more about, film is more intimate and more delicate. So cut it in half. And bring your glasses down just a little bit more on the tip of your nose, just a tad bit. Just for some reason, it just looks right with those glasses and you deliver those lines. So let's start from there.
Good morning, Ms. Johnson.
Can I speak to you out in the hallway, please?
Let's pull out our textbooks and at least pretend like we came to learn today.
That's a interesting shirt you have on there.
You like it? I can get you one.
No, that won't be necessary.
And who do you have here?
Oh, this is Fatima Bashir. She is a new student here from Iraq. She's been here for a little over a year, but her aunt feels that it's time for her to, well, you know what, I just want to make sure that the other students don't give her a hard time because, well, you know. Just let me know if you have any problems or anything like that.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
Okay.
Good morning, Ms. Johnson.
Can I speak to you in the hallway, please?
Yeah, sure. Let's pull out our textbooks and at least pretend like we came to learn today.
That's a interesting shirt you have on there.
Oh, you like it? I can get you one.
No, that won't be necessary.
And who is this that we have?
Oh, I'm sorry, this is Fatima Bashir. She is from Iraq. She's been here for a little over a year now. Her aunt thinks that it's time for her to kind of, well, you know what? I just want to make sure that the other students don't give her a hard time because of, you know.
Oh, you mean her shoes? They look fine to me.
Just let me know if you have any problems or anything like that.
I'm sure we'll be fine, right?
We're gonna do it one more time. This time pretend like she's there with you.
Oh, okay.
Like you're kind of dismissive to that. But when you deliver that line about wanting to just make sure, you know, it's like you're telling a secret, like you don't want her to hear even though she hears it right there. But kind of like when you're introducing her, the natural reaction is to look at somebody like this is Fatima, this is, you know.
Gotcha.
But the dismissal part is still like, you know, it's like you're talking about her like she's not there, even though she's there.
Okay.
So just acknowledge it just a tad bit more.
Okay.
Okay? Do it one more time.
Come on in, Ms. Johnson.
Can I speak to you in the hallway?
Sure. Let's pull out our textbooks and pretend like we came to learn today.
That's a interesting shirt you have on there.
Oh, you like it? Would you like me to get you one?
Oh, no, that won't be necessary.
Okay. And who is this we have here with you?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is Fatima Bashir. She's from Iraq, but she's been here for a little over a year. She's been homeschooled, but her aunt thinks it's time for her to, well, I just want to make sure that the other students don't give her a hard time because of, you know.
Oh, her shoes? We'll be fine.
Tell you what, just let me know if there's any problems or any issues.
We'll be fine, right?
Thank you, man.
That's my baby. That's what you were thinking, right? That's my baby, right? That's what you were thinking, that's my baby.
Oh, yeah.
You had that look in your face.
How did that work?
They feel good. Yeah.
It's that transference of the nervous energy because you have a proper.
And somebody actually there, and that did make it feel a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Do you have any projects that you're currently working on? Any film projects no more? I mean, and you're okay with, or be available January, February timeframe for filming?
I will be. I have a group of hunters that I cook for, and they fly me down to Hebronville, but that's just kind of like here and there. I have the exact dates. Other than that, I'm completely open.
Okay. And the shooting will probably be, will be on a Saturday, Sunday, so it'll be like a 3 to 4 day shoot. Okay? All right, so I'm gonna make this,
Yeah, they quit it. She's gonna make the decision.
I heard that.
I tried to come down to HR, okay, work with me. We will make a decision this week, and I will be getting back with everyone this week, letting everyone know yay or nay, okay? So I'll let you know what the next steps are, you know, when I contact you.
Sounds good.
Okay? Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you guys. See me.
So you are available on Saturdays, because you can check Saturday, okay? Okay, great.
Thank you. Nice to meet you all too.
Actually, the director of the,
Really?
yeah, I'm the director. Yeah, no, actually, I'm the producer. Malcolm is actually the writer and director of the film, LaShawn, and then this is Cordell, he's actually our DP.
How come you don't tell anybody to shoot the first?
First AD, I'm sorry, first AD.
You just have your name. Okay? You just that's it. That's all you get.
It's been a long day, okay? So Simone, since I don't have a resume for you, kind of give me some of your background as it relates to acting.
Well, I don't have any professionally. I was in a bunch of plays in school and at church because my grandma forced me. So I like it's fun. It's a creative outlet.
Okay, great. So what we'll have you to do is slate your name, so just state your name and what character you're going to audition for, to look directly into the camera, and then after that, LaShawn is actually gonna read with you. Okay? So whenever you're ready.
So I just write first and last name?
First and last name, yeah, and then your character.
Simone Allen. I am reading for the part of Miss Reed.
Whatever's comfortable for you.
Okay. Fatima? Sit, please. May I see the note? Rough first thing, huh? Look, I know this is all new to you, especially given the circumstances, and I definitely know what it feels like to be different. I mean, look at me, I'm exactly fit in, but I promise you, you'll get the hang of it, okay? And I will definitely talk to Robert and Samuel about their little note. It won't happen again.
Thank you.
Now, I meant what I said. You have every right not to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, but you have to understand the consequences. There are people who take serious offense to any conceived slight notion when it comes to a tradition, especially here in Texas.
With all due respect, Ms. Reed, I can think of more important things to take offense to. And I thought if anyone would understand that, it would be you.
What exactly is that supposed to mean?
I grew up in the mountains, Yama's western province of Regular. I was only 13 when my mother and father were murdered in a mosque in Santa during evening prayer by a suicide bomber.
I'm so sorry.
I didn't know. How could you? I was lucky. I was able to leave with my auntie and uncle.
So that's what this is all about. I understand now.
No, no ma'am.
Wait, I thought you just said.
This is about Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, and the other countless African American men and women who died at the hands of police. This is about the countless men, women, and children in my country who have no names, murdered by drone strikes and written off for collateral damage by the government. This is about the election of a demagogue to the highest office in the land. But most importantly, this is about me finally having a voice with every intention of letting it be heard. I'm sorry, can I have an excuse? I'm late for my journalism class.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Seema,
Ma'am?
I have your textbook for you tomorrow.
Either January, February, are you available? It will be weekends, that kind of thing, Saturdays, Sundays. Would that be okay?
Is it Sundays in the morning or more like the afternoon?
It would be kind of an all-day thing on Sundays.
Okay, I
Yes.
just go to church on Saturday.
Yeah, okay. Do you have any questions? No? Okay. So what we're gonna do is we are going to hopefully make a decision this week, and then I will be in touch and let you know either way. You'll hear from me either way, and I'll let you know kind of what the next steps are.
Okay.
Okay?
All right,
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Back and forth.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. This is Malcolm, he's actually the writer and director for the film. LaShawn is the first AD, and then this is Cordell, the DP for the film. Okay. So, now, you have done some reality shows, look like.
Yes.
Tell me about the one you did, R&B Divas.
Well, that was an actual music video shoot.
Oh.
That I was, principal lead in. I was
Oh,
like an extra, but I was the main extra person.
and it was one that
For Angie Stone.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. It was a song she did a minute ago.
Okay, great. And then it looks like you've done local celebrity. What was that reality?
Yeah, that was based on, I'm also a musician too as well.
Okay, you sing or play?
I sing.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was actually a reality show about up and coming artists who has a buzz locally in the area of Atlanta, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what that was.
So you used to live in Atlanta?
Yes.
How long have you been here in Dallas?
I've been down here, October, May, 2 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you like Dallas better than Atlanta?
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I mean,
only one of us is actually from Texas, so you're not gonna fit nobody. It's okay.
I mean, it's okay.
I wouldn't know any
It's
better.
okay. I mean, you know.
It looks like it would be a little bit more to do, especially now that most of the filming is done. A lot of the filming is done in Atlanta.
Yes, yes. I mean, well, when I moved down here, Atlanta was just starting to get that role, you know, going as far as with people acting and stuff like that, you know. But I mean, I just feel like I was already signed to an agency called Avis Entertainment.
Okay.
And they work with people like Tyler Perry and, you know, there's a lot of well-known people they work with. And around the time when I moved down here, my contract, I only had like a month and a half left, but I wasn't doing anything.
Gotcha.
And it was a death in the family. And my husband, he had a brother that passed away.
Oh.
So to support him and stuff like that, I ended up, being that I wasn't doing anything and stuff, it was like, okay, let's relocate. He wanted me to relocate with him to Shreveport, but I'm a city girl. So I was like,
I can do Dallas.
yeah, so I just figured as soon as we came down here and I got kind of established or whatever and became familiar, I'm not too familiar with Texas yet, because I still, when I gotta be somewhere, still be looking like a chicken, you know, but you know, I mean, so now that I've been down here, I've been taking classes and stuff like that and trying to get myself, you know, signed to another agency. Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, so you're going to read for Mrs. Reed, correct?
Yes.
All right, so what we'll have you to do initially is to slate your name and the role that you're auditioning for,
Okay.
and you'll look directly into the camera for that, and then LaShawn is actually gonna do the read with you,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
So whenever you're ready.
I can take this off.
Yeah, get comfortable.
Yeah, I just got off from work and. What's that? Oh, okay. I actually look younger than my age, y'all. I'm actually 34. 34 years old. But you know. Okay, where am I supposed to stand?
You can sit right there. Yeah.
Yeah, wherever you go.
Okay. Ready? My name is China Dela Cruz.
And
We're good.
This is what, role?
Oh. Start over?
Yeah, but you can go ahead.
Okay. My name is China Dela Cruz, and I'm the character of Mrs. Reed.
You can start it.
Okay. Fatima? Sit, please. May I see the note? Pretty rough first day, huh? Look, I know this is all new and a bit confusing too for you. And I especially know how it is being different. But I promise, you'll get the hang of it, okay? Okay. And I will definitely have a talk with Samuel and Robert about the little note. Thank you. It won't happen again. Now, I meant what I said in class. It's your right to not stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. But you have to understand the consequences. There are a lot of people who take strong, conceived slight There are a lot of people who take, my mind just went blank.
Okay, start it.
Strong offense to any conceived slight. There are a lot of people who take strong offense to any conceived slight when it comes to that tradition. Especially here in Texas.
With all due respect, Ms. Reed, I can think of far more important things to take offense to, and I thought if anyone would understand it, would be you.
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I grew up in the mountains, the Yaman's western province of Brittney. I was only 13 when my mother and father were murdered in the mosque in Santa during evening prayer by suicide bombing.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
How could you? I was lucky. I was able to leave with my aunt and uncle.
So that's what this is about?
No, no ma'am.
Wait.
What? This is about Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, and the other countless African American men and women who died at the hand of the police. This is about the countless men, women, and children in my country who have no names, murdered by drone strikes and written off as collateral damage by the government. This is about the election and the highest office in the land. But most importantly, this is about me finally having a voice with every intention of letting it be heard. I'm sorry, may I be excused? I'm late for my young class.
Huh? Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Oh, Fatima,
Ma'am,
I'll have your textbook for you tomorrow.
You wanna do it again?
It doesn't mean you right. Put the first. Produce. Can you put your person in the chair for me?
Sure.
This time, can you start off with, okay, that picture is your vision board. You're getting ready for the next class, okay?
Mhm.
So start off up there doing something like you're writing a board. Just start with Lynn and just go. That's it. So just start off at the board, and then when you call her over, invite her to sit down and you to sit down.
Okay. Fatima? Sit, please. May I see the note? Pretty rough first day, huh? Look, I know this is all new, and a bit confusing too for you, especially considering the circumstances. And I especially know how it is being different. I mean, look at me. I don't exactly fit in, but I promise, you'll get the hang of it, okay? And I will definitely have a talk with Sammy and Robert about their little note. It won't happen again. Thank you. Now, I meant what I said in class. It's your right to not stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, but you have to understand the consequences. There are people who take strong offense to any conceived slight when it comes to that tradition, especially here in Texas.
With all due respect, Ms. Reed, I can think of far more important things to take offense to, and I thought anyone would understand that it would be you.
What is that supposed to mean?
Can you do that line again? But don't be, the team is very fragile.
Mm-hmm.
Less offended
Okay.
and more just curious.
Okay.
Asking the question. I mean, there's still a slight confusion, like, what are you talking about? But less that and more like, what are you talking about? So let's do that line again, please.
Okay, the one about the flag?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
With all due respect, Ms. Reed, I can think of far more important things to take offense to. And I thought if anyone would understand, it would be you.
And what is that supposed to mean?
I grew up in the mountains, Yemen's western province of Rama. I was only 13 when my mother and father were murdered in the mosque in Santa's during evening prayer by a suicide bomber.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
How could you? I was lucky. I was able to leave with my aunt and uncle.
So that's what this is about. I understand now.
No, no, ma'am.
Wait. What? I thought you said
This is about Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, and the countless other African American men and women who have died at the hands of the police. This is about the countless men, women, and children in my country who have had no names, murdered by drone strikes, and written off as collateral damage by the government. This is about the election, and it's to the highest offense in the land. But most importantly, this is about me finally having a voice with every intention of letting it be heard. I'm sorry, can I be excused? I'm late for the geometry class.
Huh? Yes. Sure.
Thank you.
Fatima,
Ma'am?
I'll have the textbook for you tomorrow.
Can you go to page 4?
Yeah, what's up, Miss Reed? I didn't know you was friend with Osama.
I'm not, but Lola. Forgive me.
Yo, Miss Reed, what's up? I didn't know you was friends with Osama.
I'm not, but my friend is gonna be real close friends with your
You're
behind.
being too polite.
Okay.
You seem to be very refined, very raspy, but you could take the earrings off and get in somebody's ass. So, I mean, obviously you're a teacher, but Mrs. Reed is just like that. She has that intellect, but she has a little bit of hood in it to where, don't be too proud of her.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Okay. Yo, Miss Reed, what's up? I didn't know you was friends with Osama. I'm not. But my foot is gonna be real close friends with your behind if you make another ignorant remark like that. Anybody else have something to say?
Okay, stop right there, let me see the script. Okay, walk out the door, walk back in, and then when she walks up to the board, I want you to say it.
Okay. Yo, Miss Reed, what's up? I didn't know you was friends with Osama. I'm not, but my foot is gonna be real close to you.
You know, you just read the line, it's okay,
Do it again.
it's okay.
Stop counting. Do it again. Go back down, do it again.
Yo, Miss Reed, what's up? I didn't know you was friends with Osama. I'm not, but my foot is gonna be real close friends with your behind if you make another remark like that.
But even that's good because sometimes you have kids that push you to the point where you want to say something, but then you say something and you can't say it. If you wouldn't have laughed, you would have pulled that off. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Do it again. One more time.
Okay. Yo, Miss Reed, I didn't know you was friends with Osama. I'm not. But my foot is gonna be real close to your behind if you make another remark like that. I'm trying to remember the line.
I know you're trying to remember.
I'm trying to put myself there, you know.
Any other questions? So are you available, do you have any projects or anything going on right now that you are booked for?
Not right now, no.
Okay. Do you have some things coming up?
Well, if I get a spot here, I have something going on, because I just started trying to put myself back out there again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you would be available, January, February timeframe?
Yes.
Maybe like a 3-4 day shoot?
Yes.
All day Saturday? Okay, great. I'm Linda, I'm the producer. Hi, this is Malcolm, he is the director and writer. Megan is our PA, and this is Cordell, he's the lead, the DP.
Nice to meet you all.
Linda, it's been a long. So since we don't have a resume or anything, kind of give me some of your background as it relates to acting.
I've been away from it. I just came back to it last year, really. After 20 years of marriage.
Okay.
Divorced now, have 3 grown children. Just a lot of change, Linda. In October, I was laid off after working for 25 years for a company. Well, 4 weeks shy of 25 years. So I'm in a lot of change, but I'm in a good place because I'm doing something I love. I've recently been in the Wiz as On M. I played the top role in Dashing Through the Snow for the Richardson Arts Theater, and I also played in Senior Moments. I emailed my resume and photo early on before I got the call back, so I apologize for not bringing one in person to you guys. But I also did a workshop with Broadway Dreams. I also did one with David Talbert. I did another workshop with Beverly, I forget her name, she's in Addison. Rachel Lindsay has been my acting coach. I've done TV, HGTV, Texas Flip as an extra on 3 episodes. And that's about it.
Okay. Did you get the sides?
I did, but I left them. Sorry.
Well, at least you got them. Okay, so what we'll do, Jermaine, is to have you slate directly to the camera with your name and what character you are auditioning for. And then Megan will actually read with you, okay?
2 and 3.
I got you. Trust me. I'm on everybody's good side on this.
You're doing Miss Johnson, right? Miss Johnson, yeah.
Yeah, you looking for the different options? Do you know? I don't have any actual ones. But you're, I'm ready.
Everybody breathe. Give her yours and take yours.
Okay.
Kind of cold, they have the Duke, game right before me.
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Trying to see if I can concentrate or not. I see where you guys are.
Okay, so we're ready when you are.
I'm right rolling.
Okay.
Good morning, Miss Johnson.
May I see you in the hallway?
Let's go our textbooks. At least pretend like we're gonna learn today.
That's interesting shirt.
You like? I can get you one.
Oh, that's not necessary.
And who do we have here?
I'm sorry. This is Fatima Bashir.
Nice to meet you, Fatima.
She's a bit shy.
So I see.
Fatima is from Iraq, but has been in the States for a little over a year. She has been homeschooled, but her aunt felt it was time for her to, I just want to make sure the other students don't give her a hard time for, well, you know. You know.
Oh, you mean because of her shoes? They look okay to me.
Yes. Well, please let me know if you have any problems.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Right.
Okay, girl. So, are you currently booked for anything right now? So will you available January, February timeframe?
I should be, yes.
Okay. Well, okay, so what we're gonna do is we will make decisions then, and then Megan will actually read with you. Okay?
Okay.
You got the sides to practice with?
I can't remember. I've read it a few times, so I think I'm okay.
Okay, then you can just use the black one.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
okay.
I mean, I may mess up a few times,
Okay.
but I want to do it in business.
Okay. Thank you.
She's supposed to comment to the door. How do you want me to do that? Do you want me to?
However you feel comfortable doing it.
Really?
You can- yeah. You want to slate first?
Irina Spitzer auditioning for Mrs. Johnson.
Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Johnson. Can I see him home? Let's borrow our textbooks. At least pretend like we're gonna learn today. Not sure. You like? Can I get you one?
I don't think it's gonna be necessary. I'm sorry, this is Fatima. She's from Pakistan. She's been here for about a year now, and she was homeschooling. Now her aunt thinks that it's time for her to... Look, I just don't want her to have any hard time, because other kids, you know.
Oh, you mean
Her shoes, they look okay. Look, just let me know if there's any problems. Okay? I think she'll be fine. Oh, you caught me! I was nervous that I'm not on the camera.
No, you're good. You're good.
I didn't know if you wanted me to be more concerned for Fatima or you wanted me to kind of, you know, be annoyed that she's here or...
I wanted to.
Now, I definitely will have a talk with Samuel and Robert about their little note. It won't happen again.
Thank you.
Now I meant what I said in class. It is your right not to stand to the Pledge of Allegiance, but you have to understand the consequences. There are a lot of people who take strong opposed to any conceived slight when it comes to that tradition, especially here in Texas.
With all due respect, Ms. Reed, I can think of far more important things to take offense to. I thought if anyone would understand, it would be you.
What is that supposed to mean?
I grew up in the mountains. Yes, in West Providence of Yara. I was only 13 when my mother and father were murdered in a mosque. And son was doing evening prayer by a suicide bomber.
I am so sorry. I didn't know.
How could you? I was lucky. I was able to leave with my aunt and uncle.
So that's what this is about. I understand now.
No, ma'am.
Wait, what? You just said...
This is about Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, and the countless other African American men and women who have died at the hands of police.
Any more?
This is about the countless men, women, and children in my country who have no names, murdered by drone strikes, and written off as collateral damage by the government. It's about the election to the highest offense in Bland. But most importantly, this is about me finally having a voice with every intent of letting me be heard. I'm sorry. May I be excused? I'm late for my geometry class.
Huh? Oh, yes, of course.
Thank you.
Oh, Fatima.
Ma'am?
I'll have your textbook tomorrow.
I'm sorry, I was just admiring the artwork.
Are you ready? You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's go. Annie Karundik, reading for the role of Fatima.
Fatima, have a seat. Can I see the note? Pretty first rough day hunt. Look, I know this is all new and a bit confusing to you, especially considering the circumstances. And I especially know how it is being different. I mean, look at me. I don't exactly fit in, but I promise you'll get the hang of it, okay?
Oh, okay.
And I'm definitely gonna talk to Samuel and Ronald about that little note. It won't happen again.
Thank you.
Now, I meant what I said in class. It's your right for you not to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, but you have to understand the consequences. There's a lot of people who take strong offense to any conceived slight when it comes to that tradition, especially here in Texas.
With all due respect, Ms. Reed, I can think far more important things to take offense to. I thought if anyone would understand that, it would be you.
What exactly was that supposed to mean?
I grew up in the mountains, Yemen's western province of Rama. I was only 13 when my mother and father were murdered in a mosque in Santa's during evening prayer by a suicide bombing.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
How could you? I was lucky. I was able to leave my aunt and uncle.
So what, is that what this is about? I understand now.
No, ma'am.
What? I thought you said that.
This is about Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, and the countless other African American men and women who have died in the hands of police.
This is about the countless men, women, and children in my country who have no names, murdered by drone strikes, written off as collateral damage by the government. This is about the election of a demagogue to the highest office in the land. But most importantly, this is about me finally having a voice, every intention of letting it be heard. I'm sorry, may I be excused? I'm late for my geometry class.
Oh, yes, of course.
Thank you.
Oh, Fatima,
Ma'am?
I'll have your textbook for you tomorrow.
Leave with my aunt and uncle.
So that's what this is about. I understand now. I mean, that
Please
is.
tell me.
Wait, I thought you said that your family, I thought you said.
This is about Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, and countless other African American men and women who have died in the hands of police. This is about the countless men, women, and children in my country who have no names, murdered by drone strikes and written off as collateral damage by the government. This is about the election of a demagogue to the highest office in the land. But most importantly, this is about me finally having a voice, every intention of letting it be heard. I'm sorry. May I be excused? I'm late for my geometry class.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Oh, Fatima,
Ma'am?
I'll have your textbooks for you tomorrow.
The problem. Fatima won't stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Newsflash, Ronald, this isn't North Korea.
Okay, that's good. That's in there, right?
Yeah, it was in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have any projects that you're currently working on? No projects, okay. And you would be, available the first of the year, like January, February timeframe?
Yes.
To work on the weekends, that kind of thing? Okay.
Hi, this is Kosha Jayaswal. I'm doing this with the accent now. Oh, okay. Thank you. With all due respect, Miss Reed, I can think of far more important things to take offense to. I thought if anyone would understand that it would be you. I grew up in the mountains, Yemen's western province of Rhino. I was only 13 when my mother and father were murdered in a mosque in Sanas during evening prayer by a suicide bomber. How could you? I was lucky. I was able to leave with my aunt and uncle. No, ma'am. This is about Trayvon Martin and Sandra Bland and the countless other African American men and women who have died at the hands of police. This is about the countless men, women, and children in my country who have no names, murdered by drone strikes, written off as collateral damage by the government. This is about the election of a demagogue to the highest office in the land. But most importantly, this is about me finally having a voice, with every intention of letting it be heard. I'm running late, Miss Reed. I have to go to geometry class now.